piece, a little slice of heaven today. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the 52 Weeks to Wealth. My name is Walter Monroe. This is Wealth Principle 15, Leverage the Law of Reciprocity. For those of you who are new, the wealth principles were designed as a way to double your income, double your net worth. The tribe that you see on the cameras right now are part of our mentorship program. They've been moving forward with us for the last 15 months, but just so you know, some of them have been on here for a longer period of time. So by show of hands, who's been on here for at least one full season of the 52 Weeks to Wealth? Awesome. Who's been on for 2 full seasons? Excellent. So give you a round of applause for everybody who's on season 3. Season 1 was all about business. How do we get through business? Season 2 is all about real estate. Season 3 is about passive real estate investing. So we're talking about how do you increase your income? How do we take that money and invest it into other people's deals so that you can work on things that you enjoy, spend your time doing things that you love. Now, if you don't have any money, well, don't worry. There's courses on Alchemist Nation, free courses. You can go to alchemiststation.com and you can learn how to get the money. In fact, one of the courses is called Get the Money. So take the course, go through the process. Yes, it's a few modules, but once you have that finished, now you'll have better questions, how to find the deal, how to evaluate a deal. There are other courses for free to do that too. If you have real challenges, you can send any of the mentors, there's 30 millionaires on the platform, send any of us a message, or just drop your question like Frank was talking about this morning, drop your question right into the main forums, and one of the millionaires will respond. Some of our experts, our specialists will respond. There is no reason to have questions. There is no reason to be missing out on knowledge or information. We've made it available to everybody. Hands the camera if you think that's a good idea, if we're looking to build 100 millionaires. Yeah, so for everybody who's new, we're building 100 millionaires, inspired to build 100 millionaires. Our key strategy is the 52 Weeks to Wealth tied in to the 100 Millionaire Summit, which is coming up October 21st. So now I got all the commercials out of the way. The law of reciprocity, Wealth Principle 15. This was a law that came to me when it was almost an accident. Has anybody ever gotten something for free in the mail where you open it and you're like, whoa, like they just send me this thing? Anybody, hands the camera if you've gotten something free in the mail? So for me, it was Damon John. Yeah, the shark, Damon John. He sent me 2 tickets to his event. 2, not just 1. He sent me 2 tickets. And I was like, shoot, like now I got to go because they looked like legitimate ticket stubs. Right? Has anybody gotten something like this? You know, you go to the movies, ticket stubs, or you go to a concert, you get the ticket stubs. So I had these 2 ticket stubs, legitimate. So I show up to the event. I'm thinking I'm special. I don't know what it was about me. You know, he thought I was special. And because the whole letter said, I wanted to give these to you because I could tell that you're the right kind of person to be at this event. And in my head, I was like, yeah, I know, you're right. You do deserve me in the room. And I understand why you gave me the gift of your 2 tickets. So there I am. I get to the event, big hotel, monster hotel. I'm like, I bet you he rented all these rooms for himself, right? He's got the whole top floor, whatever it is. I get into the event. 2,000 souls are in the event. 2,000 human beings, 2,000 chairs, 2,000 people. So I start being like, okay, maybe I'm not that special. But you know, Damon John, he's got a lot of people, right, in the requirements to fit specialness. And so I'm rolling up. I'm thinking I'm gonna be a millionaire. I'm crushing this because I wasn't there yet. This was pre-millionaire status. This was like still in the grind and the hustle. Hands to the camera if you're still in the grind of the hustle. Even if you're a millionaire, you're still like, shit, I want to go to like Deca Millionaire. I want to get the 10 millies. So I'm walking up into this event and I'm a little demoralized by the fact that I wasn't his only guest, but I understand that he's got to serve a lot of people. He wants to build wealth for everybody, just like we're doing. And I sit in the chair and what do I get? More free knowledge, more free information. And we're there for about 2 hours, and about 35 minutes into it, he presents a product. And by the way, he was not Damon John. There was some other guy who was a friend, a business partner of Damon John's. Chance to if you ever experienced one of those situations where it's like, okay, like, you know, they gave me the free gift. They said they'd be there, or they said it was, you know, it was their event. So you're like, okay, they're going to be there. Not there. The 100 Millionaire Summit is not like that, by the way. You will not get free tickets, but you will get to pay to come to the event. The fact that I'm giving you the event is already the gift. For catching this? Doing the event is the gift. It is the receipt. In fact, the 52 Weeks of Wealth is kind of like that. Here's my gift to you So pay for the ticket for the summit and bring a friend. Hands Cam for catching this. Law of reciprocity. We see how it works in business. We see how I've actively done it today in my business. Now I want to leverage the law itself for you. And I'll give you another story, an example that you can use in your business, something you can buy today, something you can affordably purchase. Cost me $6 to do this weekend at this event. We're at Mission to Millions in Orlando, which is where we teach people how to tie their passion to their purpose. I don't personally teach this anymore. I taught it last year, but I found somebody even better to teach it. I found partners, Doug and Heidi, who run Empowerment Coaching University, because I'm more of a technical kind of guy. Hands to camera, if you recognize, I do a lot of the technical stuff in my businesses. I'm very system-oriented, detail stuff. Maybe I do some influencing, but most of it is in the realm of design, strategy. How do we get to the next level? Some of you have that role. You're doing exactly what I'm doing. Now, Doug and Heidi are very good at teaching. They're very good at fulfillment. They're very good at helping people understand the stuff that's going inside their head that's stopping them from being successful. Self-sabotage, hanging out with narcissists, getting rid of the bad people in your life. Like, why do you keep allowing people to bring you down? Like, all that stuff is what they're weeding out. Getting rid of the controllers or the avoiders or the withdrawers, and making sure that your life is a little bit better. So while they're doing that, I thought yesterday or the night before as I was driving up, I thought, I'm going to give something special at the event, something nobody expects, something nobody paid for. I went to the event and I started the talk, because I start these events still. And I said, guys, I want everybody to give each other a hug. Now I don't have time to go out there and hug all of you. Otherwise we'll be hugging all day and we wouldn't get any lessons done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask each one of you to give each other a hug for me. Is that all right? Hands to the camera if you recognize you'd give somebody a hug at an event if there was a request, right? It makes sense. COVID's gone. We're fine. We can hug again. So I then pulled out and I said, now I'm also going to give you a kiss. And that got a huge laugh. Hands to the camera if you can imagine, you just hug somebody, now they're going to get a kiss. It's like, oh, I don't know about this. And I pulled out of my pocket a couple of bags of Hershey's Kisses. Right? Now that gift was fun. It was exciting. It didn't cost me much, but from that point forward, they were now open, right? The law of reciprocity had been invoked. They had now received something that felt good for them. They felt appreciated, and now they were open. And the only thing I asked for was, give us your attention. For the next 3 days, all I'm asking is that, I've given you something, just give me in return the attention so that we can do the work that we need to do this weekend. Hands scanner, if you recognize the value of something free, something fun, something free. Awesome. And we also identified that it doesn't have to be, you're not buying them a car. You don't have to go buy your clients a car. You don't have to spend a ton of money. Even when you're negotiating real estate deals or you're negotiating deals with your partners, you don't have to give up everything. Sometimes you just have to give them something. Sometimes it's a compliment, right? Sometimes it is a small gift. Sometimes it's candy, but start with giving. Start some with information, right? We do the 52 weeks of wealth of giving information. We do all the free courses. Hands to camera if you saw the message I sent out this morning on alchemistnation.com, a free course called Profit First for Investors. Everybody see that? So Profit First for Investors was written, the digital course was written by the same guy who wrote the book Profit First for Real Estate Investors. Now, I don't remember who wrote the book Profit First, but I did meet David Richter, who's a partner of the original writer. He wrote the book Profit First for Real Estate Investors. And I met him at an event that I had gone to called Heroes, where it was 150 of us real estate influencers all in the room with one mission. How do we serve more people? We got into the room. We had some of the biggest guys in the country, old speakers like Bob Allen, like Russell Lindahl, Russell, I can't think of his name, Russ something, Dave Lindahl. These guys were there. These were like the original guys who taught real estate back in the day. And they were teaching us how to serve on a bigger level. Now, when I met David, I said, Dave, what's your mission? Right? What's your mission? By the way, this is a gift. This is something you can leverage in the law of reciprocity. Ask somebody a question that's going to excite them. Right? I gave him the opportunity to speak, to share his big thing. What's your gift? What is your mission? And he asked me, he said, okay, yeah, this is what I do. I'm teaching people, I'm an accountant, and I'm teaching people how to handle their finances so that their business that usually just takes a whole bunch of money from them provides a profit. Real estate investors, have you ever bought stuff that didn't turn a profit right away? Are you a little frustrated? It's because you didn't read the book, Profit First. Or if you read it, you didn't apply the book. So at the end of his speech, I said, Dave, wow, this is great. I built this platform called Alchemist Nation. What I do is I get 100 million, my mission is to get 100 millionaires who are inspired to build 100 millionaires. So what I do is I ask you to donate, 5, 6 videos, a course, a nice course that would be valuable to somebody who's just getting started with the problem that you solve, which sounds like is profit. And by the way, the whole platform is based for real estate investors. And so it's the same kind of people you've been working on serving. And he said, man, that's a great idea. I'll do it. So for Dave Richter, who may be watching right now, let's give him a big round of applause. Thank you for donating that course to the platform, to our community. We appreciate you. That is another way that I can give gifts to people now. Somebody else did the work, but this morning I was able to release it to 8,000 people. I put a post out on Facebook, and I said, here, if you're interested in Profit First, send me a message. I'll make sure that you get the link, free course, a gift. What do I get and receive? Does anybody got a guess? You can drop it in the chat if you already know the answer. What I get in return is their email address. I get their name and their email address. And I also get the fact that I've given them something. So over time, I can ask them a couple of key questions to find out what else they're looking for. So what in your business can you give away? What is the thing that would be valuable to your clients? Not the thing that you think is valuable. Let's go through a process. We do this every week. The 52 Weeks to Wealth is designed to be valuable, useful. Every week we give you some homework. We give you some tactical. And by the way, homework is because you're at home right now and it's work. It's going to build your business. It's an asset. Once it's done, you don't have to do it again. So we're going to build an asset, your piece, your thing. Remember a couple of weeks ago, we talked about contagious marketing, like something that would be contagious for your marketing. This week, we're going to talk about something you can give to your clients or potential clients to draw them in to become clients or stay clients forever. Hanson Camp, if you recognize, I want my people to stay with us forever. That is my goal. I'm not just, I get you to 1 million. Notice I sprinkle it in there, 5 million. What about 10 million? What about 100 million? Let's keep going. Let's keep serving. Let's keep helping. And I keep building programs and making connections and opening opportunities to do that for the next level. So I want you to write this commitment down. I want my clients forever. I want my clients for life. And this was inspired by my friend and mentor, Jim Baptista, who said on every one of his emails, I'm your realtor for life. And he was. He still is still a great referral source for me to send him leads. So I want my clients for life. We got to start this process of law of reciprocity with a thought of giving, with a thought of a long-term relationship. The next step is I want you to start thinking about, and we can do this together, think about what is a problem your clients solve that may or may not be related to your product, but it is a thing that all of your clients will have, a problem all of your clients will have. So yesterday, I'm going to go back to the story of the Hershey's Kiss. None of them came into the room, right, because they were hungry. But I did know that when you sit in those chairs for a little while and, it's cold in the room, and somebody like the thought, like a little chocolate's handed to you, it's like, that's exciting. That the body is like, yes, bring that here. I want a part of that. Even people on a diet will eat one little kiss. So I found a thing to give that was also like, it wasn't a need or a demand that would have been obvious to them. They weren't hunting for it. They weren't Googling, can I get Hershey's Kisses right now? We're getting this? So something that your clients would see as valuable or fun or interesting, or they would receive with a thanks. And even if it's unrelated to your business, right? I'm not in the Hershey's Kisses business, right? I'm not selling Hershey's. I'm not selling chocolate. I don't got any stocks in that. So I got literally no connection to Hershey's, but I am in the training business. I am in the real estate business. So for Mike Shine, for example, he knows that his main client are lenders. Lenders are the ones who connect him to the realtors, and the realtors are the ones who connect with the average person who's closing deals. Mike Shine's a real estate attorney. Hands to camera if you've had a conversation with Mike. He's also a multimillionaire through multiple different avenues, and he's just a genuinely nice guy. He's got 5 kids. He's been married for 20 years, a little more than 20 years, 19 years, somewhere in that ballpark. And he drives a Tesla, and he's also vegan. So what is there not to love about Mike? There's one thing that Mike loves to do is give. He's a gift giver, right? He loves giving. If you close a mic, you're getting sushi. You already know it. It's like, hey, part of the game is we close a mic, we're going to get a sushi deal. So there's a client that is more important than just the person closing, though. And it's not the realtor, it's the lender. So for every realtor, maybe that's got 10 clients. For every lender, maybe there's 10 realtors. So when Mike goes and works with lenders, he's got the potential for 100 closings. Hands to camera for catching this. This is leveraging up. This is tying into last week's wealth principle, the 80-20 principle, recognizing who you should be spending your time with. With your business, there is a higher level person that you can identify that would have all your leads. What is something that they would want? For Mike's business, we're going to use the example of lenders. A lender is always challenged with too much stuff on their plate, too many things going on. Lenders have a problem with too many people coming through that aren't serious. They're disqualified. They also have a lot of legal questions with their closings. So if Mike says, well, I'm the guy who solves these particular legal issues before they get to the lending side. So let's say short sales. So short sales are a thing that we know are going to come back. They tie up lending all the time, ties up the whole lending process. But if Mike positions himself and says, hey, you know how short sales are so messy on the lending side? I've actually created a package that allows your buyers to come through and better negotiate with the bank so you won't have any problems. Would that be valuable to you? And I'm going to give it to you for free because I just want the relationship. Hands to camera if you recognize that's a valuable prospect for an attorney, a closing attorney looking to score more relationships with lenders. Your business is something like that. So step 2, what is something that your high leverage, ideal relationships who can send you a ton of business, what are problems that they're looking for, or what problems that they have, or what are some things that you could gift or give that would make their life a little bit easier? Or it could be in the form of knowledge. It could be a checklist, right? Sometimes like people ask me, what are the 7 steps to names on deeds? Well, here's a checklist, right? Here's my workbook. Go through, you can get my workbook for free if you go to namesondeeds.com. Hands to camera if you've already gone to Names on Deeds and you know the 7 steps. Yeah, that's a value add. So you can give gifts that are valuable to the people that you're looking to build relationships with. So let's write this down. What are some 3 different ideas that you could give away in your business? And since we have real estate investors, hands to camera if you're a real estate investor. Yeah, let's talk about homeowners. Let's talk about our clients. So a few things a homeowner is looking for. We used to do this all the time as agents. We go out and we give a free home evaluation. No pressure, no demand. I'm going to come out, I'm going to evaluate your house for free. Or we would give, if we knew somebody was going to sell or somebody was, they had the home on, we would just be like, hey, what do you think about selling right now? Would you sell? They say no. Cool. Excellent. Why are you not selling? Oh, I really love my home. Oh, cool. You love your home. What are some of the projects you're working on right now? Oh, I'm working on my lawn. I'm doing this. So what is some of the work that you've got going? I'm doing this paint. I'm doing a renovation. I'm my kids. I'm redoing my kids' room. Excellent, awesome. So what are you doing in the kids' room? Oh, wow, cool, excellent. I'm going to send you an article that I saw for the maximum way to do whatever that project is. Right? You can Google DIY anything after the call and then send them something relevant. But you're now building a deep relationship. You're gifting them some valuable information. If they're not going to sell right now, no problem. But they know somebody who might. I guarantee you, somebody in our neighborhood is going to sell at some point. You want to go deeper in that relationship. Does this make sense? Same with wholesalers. Wholesalers. We've got something coming out in 2 weeks. On the 26th, we've got Get the Money. At that event, I'm also going to be releasing Alchemist Leads, which is a CRM. It's a software that automates the follow-up process. Now, it's not a full gift, but I am going to gift you, for everybody on this call, everybody in Alchemist Nation, I'm going to give you 30 days free trial of Alchemist Leads. And it's if that's extremely valuable, right? You get on and you see how it works. You put your list in, that's how it works. You put your list in and it automatically texts your list. Day 1 starts. Automatic texting, automatic email sent out. Hey, did you get my email? Is the text. Automatic message on Facebook, and then ringless voicemail drop. Hey, I sent you an email. Did you get it? I sent you an email and a text. Did you get that email? I just want to double check. Give me a call back when you get a chance. It has a 365-day follow-up strategy built in for home sellers. once you put the lead into it, you skip trace the lead. Once you put it into the database, you can do 1,000, you can do 10,000. Once it's done, calls, text, emails start popping into your inbox. Answer the camera if that's extremely valuable. Excellent. So wholesalers have that challenge. You can offer, you don't have to pay for their subscription, but you can offer and say, hey, let me walk you through this process, this lead strategy process on Alchemist Leads. Let me show you how it works. Let me show you how I'm getting deals. And now you can have a wholesaler or a real estate agent who's out there generating more leads for you, and just let them know, hey, if you get leads in this market, send them my way. I'm a buyer. I will buy. And if I can't buy, I'll partner with somebody and we'll find a way to buy. So definitely send us those leads from motivated sellers. And if any questions you have, you can set up little programs. Hey, let's jump on a call next week. Let's make sure you're set up. Let's make sure it's working for you. Hence the camera, if you're getting this, if you're seeing there's a value add to the high leverage, there's a value add to the low leverage, right? If you want to go direct to seller, you can go out and build relationships. You can use Alchemist Leads to send out automatic emails once a week with valuable tips from your market. You can just change some of the value add campaign to say, hey, interest rates went up 5%, just so you know, or home values in the market went up, 5% this year. So now, your house is worth more. Congratulations. Here's a pro tip for beautifying the front of your house. There's a meeting this month. The mayor's having a meeting this month about X amount. Like, here's the link. If you're interested, I thought I'd let you know, community watch, whatever you do to add value to sellers. Hence, if you know you can add more value to your clients. You can do better than you're doing right now. You can give them something to start the relationship. You could do what we used to do as real estate agents. I used to do something called a pop buy. Has anybody heard of pop buys? I'm not talking about the restaurant. A pop buy around the Easter season, I would go around with the little peeps, right? Little peep things. I get the individual ones. And I would hand them to anybody that I thought might be a hot prospect, somebody in a neighborhood that I thought would be selling their house soon because they fit my criteria. And I would go in there and I would hand them I'd knock on the door. And if they answered, I'd be like, hey, I'm just stopping by, hanging out with my peeps. I want to give you a little gift for Easter, right? This would cost me like $100, but I would stop by 100 homes and I'd take care of my peeps, right? And then when 4th of July would come around, I'd spend a little more 4th of July. I would go and get the 3 relish, mustard, and ketchup at BJ's. I get the 3-pack, and I would bring them the week before 4th. And I'd be like, hey, look, I know 4th's coming up. You're going to be at a party, or you're throwing a party here at your home, because it's always the homeowner throwing the party. And I said, so, I wanted to make sure that my people got the condiments they need to go through this holiday. Think of me when you're looking to sell your home. And by the way, while you're out there, spreading the ketchup on things, you might want to mention that you got a guy who's buying houses, right? Guy, I just closed this deal. I made a whole bunch of money. If you know somebody who wants to invest or wants to sell to me, definitely keep me in mind. And so they'd be working for me all weekend. And it's kind of, you could do something like this. Like, this is an aggressive strategy. It's time consuming. It's, this is like deeper, really like deep relationships. But you could also do this with higher leverage clients, right? So this is something I would do with everybody who shows up to my live events, right? You show up to one of my live events, you're a higher level client to me. You're somebody that I can really do something with. You're going to the likelihood is you're serious about becoming a millionaire. You don't come to any of the events named 100 Millionaire Summit or Mission to Millions or Master of Influence or Generator Business School without wanting to become a millionaire. Hence, scam if you're catching that, right? It's a very polarizing topic. So we give free things away. We give free things to draw you to the event. We give you free things so that after the event, you're telling other people about the event. Some of the free things we give you are affiliate fees, right? Hey, you bring somebody in, I'm going to pay you. Gift, right? I'm giving you money. Sometimes it's as basic as money, but only give money if you've made money. We're catching this? Don't just make your free gift money. Like, your free gift should be either your time. It should be like a thoughtful thing that doesn't cost anything, like an email or a text or a phone call, which, by the way, Alchemist Leads automates all of that. Or it could be or it could be something that's like small money if you're doing these pop buys. We're catching this? Valuable? So that's step 2, right? What is the thing that you could add to be valuable as a gift? Step 3 is you've got to find a way to leverage the law. So using the law is one thing, giving to the universe is one thing, but leveraging a way for where people can give back is far more valuable. So for me, you've heard me say, look, the biggest thing you could do for me is refer somebody. Like the biggest compliment for me is refer somebody to the 52 weeks. Bring one person. If you bring one person to the summit, if you bring one person to any one of my events, invite somebody to Alchemist Nation, right? Bring somebody to the great valuable things that I'm giving. And you've given me the biggest, greatest compliment that somebody as a teacher, a coach, or a trainer could ever receive is somebody else who believes the same thoughts as you. Because here's the thing, good people, no good people. Motivated people, no motivated people. Dedicated people, no dedicated people, right? People who do things morally, ethically, and legally, you're only going to attract a certain type of person into your life. We're catching this? So if you don't know what else to ask for referrals. Ask somebody to bring somebody in to your business. Ask somebody to, if you know somebody who would be a total fit for what we do, then please bring them in. That would be the biggest way to thank me for what we're doing here. Instacamera, if you're catching this makes sense. You can do this in your business. I mentioned it earlier with a home seller. Oh, don't, I like to help people. But if you do know somebody, the biggest compliment you could give me is if you know somebody who's looking to sell or invest in real estate, send them my way. Right? Just think of me, send them to me so that, we can do a deal together. I can help them out. This is the easiest law to use to maximize, to get a ton of value into your business. We use it in marketing. We use it in sales. We use it in our business, in our company, with our different partners, with our employees, with our staff, always listening and giving and receiving, going back and forth. The law of reciprocity is how you build a business. It's how you build an empire. It's how you build investments. So it's just such a blessing to be able to give each week something valuable that was so valuable to me, to each one of you, because I know the journey you're on. I was there when I started. You've heard my story. You've read the book Broke to a Quarter Million. You've read the story. It was not easy for me. I had no money. I was stressed. I was tired. I didn't feel like a man because I couldn't give to my family, to my friends. I couldn't fulfill my mission, which I thought was really to help people. I didn't have anything I could help them with. I didn't have the knowledge. I didn't have the experience. So I had to go and I had to build it all. And it was in a place of complete darkness that made me say, I am going to do this no matter what. Whether it's painful, whether it's exhausting, whether it's embarrassing, whether it's uncomfortable, I will do whatever it takes to build this guy to be able to change this planet in a positive way so that anybody who's suffering the way I'm suffering right now, that anguish of not having or that anguish of lack, never has to feel that feeling again or has a solution to get out of it faster. That's why we built all of Alchemist Nation, is from a space of pain that then became my power, the thing that I could give, that gift. If you're in that space where you don't know what's going on or how to get the money or how to get the deals or how to manage the deals so that they work, we have programs for you, built for you that work. And once we get into the programs, we don't let you go. The whole point is a long-term relationship. The whole point in one of my entry-level programs, like the mentorship, is so we can hang, right? So I can make sure that your mindset is right. So you got the information, it's so we can get to the next level. And so that I put all the courses and the knowledge out there for free, right? The mentorship is really about accountability. It's really about making sure that you are worth having a relationship with. So is it okay if I share kind of our long-term vision for Alchemist Nation, like what we're really inspired to do? We want 100 business partners that are inspired to build millionaires. That's why we've taken on Alchemist Financial with Frank Montero. That's why we started Alchemist Leads with Mark Dozois. That's why we've started Alchemist Title with Michael Schein. And we were starting Alchemist Insurance. We've got Alchemist Real Estate Group. There's partnerships being formed. Jen's Pen, who ghostwrites for authors who are speaking and teaching millionaires. Culture, which teaches people how to build their brands so they can serve more. We only work with empowered brands, like people who are empowering and educating and sharing people, sharing knowledge to people with the abundance mindset. So those businesses would not have existed or been at the level that they're at if we hadn't started this mission, if we didn't have the mentorship to run people through and see if they were worth partnering with, or if it just made sense to teach them. And Scan, if you recognize your business can have filters too, depending on the gifts that you're giving at certain points. Some gifts you do charge for, some gifts are free just to see if they're even worth having a conversation with. The mentorship isn't free because we've already proven that you want the knowledge. Now the mentorship is, are you willing to put some skin in the game to show some commitment to see if it's worth the value of our time. You're talking about 8 millionaires jumping in a call on Monday nights at 8 o'clock to see if you got what it takes, to see where your head's at, where you're going, what your goals are. And during that time, most people will close on a deal within the first 90 to 60 days. Almost everybody, I used to say everybody, but now I got a few people who kind of mess up my whole sales pitch. Almost everybody will lock something down, put an offer in within the first 30 days. For I'm like 90% put an offer in the first 30 days. And then after that, the people who didn't put offers in, the people who didn't close on deals, we don't give up on them. We're just, all right, okay, I get you. We're moving a little slower. That's fine. What's stopping? It's just ask the questions to the point where we've handled, is it the spouse? Is it roadblocks? Is it, things you don't know about yourself? Because we have all the money, right? We have all the money. We have all the deals. We have all the answers for how to structure the deals. What stops somebody from being successful is believing that it's possible for them. That's really because if you believe it's possible, you're going to take action. It's not, I don't want to be the coach who's out there being like, take action, take it. Why aren't you taking action? Because that just makes people feel like shit. That's if you've ever been told to take action, you didn't take action, you felt like shit afterwards. All right. It's not about that. It's believing that it's possible for you. That's really what stops somebody. That's really at the core of why we don't do more, is because we didn't believe it was possible for us to do more. Because the second you believe, you just do. Right? There's nothing that stops you anymore. So that's where the mentorship, we do a lot of that work. We spend some of that time together, and we get people to start believing in themselves. Hands to the camera if you've been through the mentorship, you believe in yourself, and you are closing deals this year. Awesome. Hands to the camera if you've already closed deals this year. Already locked something down. Awesome. Let's give our mentorship students a round of applause. It's a powerful community. Now we've got my favorite part coming up. This is the part where Michael Shine, the keeper of the books, our holistic attorney, the closer, presents us with the book of the week. Let's give Michael Shine a big round of applause.
Yay! Woohoo! All right. I love this book. This week, the book is The Go-Giver by Bob Berg and John David Mann. And just sort of a meta experience about this, I helped somebody, and they actually had Bob Berg send me this copy, which he autographed and then also wrote things on there. So by giving to one friend, he got Bob Berg to sign a copy for me. This book is just fun. It'll probably take you like a day to read. It's just a nice, it's called a fairy tale, but it's a nice story about how rather than being a go-getter, you just give. You give and give and give, and from that, you get everything you've ever wanted in your life. And it's oh my God, it's just so inspiring, and it's fun to read. And like I said, it takes a day, and it teaches you the 5 laws of stratospheric success. 5 laws: law of value, compensation, influence, authenticity, and receptivity. Read the book so you can learn about these things, but trust me, it'll make big changes in your life. It's fun to read. And Walter, because he's an overachiever, actually read all 4 of the books in the series. So there's 4 of them. So if you're totally into giving, this is the book, and it'll make you succeed. Yeah, it's a great, great book. I love this book. And now, because I just did this review, I'm going to go read it again. Thank you.
Let's give Michael Shine a big round of applause. There are 52 weeks to wealth, and so there are 52 books that tie into each wealth principle. Saturday is the day to pop off and get you some basic knowledge to get you moving into it, so you have something tactical to apply. And then the book is designed to help you have deeper understanding throughout the rest of the week while you implement it into your business, implement it into your life. You don't have to read a book a week, but the average person only reads 1 a year. And most of the time, the average person only reads 1 chapter in that book. So if you read 52 books a year, just like top CEOs and multimillionaires, you're going to have a 52-to-1 advantage over every other person. So I strongly suggest read the 52 books with us each week. Our community reads a book a week. That's what Alchemist Nation is all about. Sometimes we may miss a week or 2. Nobody cries about it. We know we'll catch the book eventually. The idea behind the books is that the knowledge is there when we need it. When we want it, when we're ready to apply, we know exactly what book to read, we know what principle to apply it to, and we know how to implement it in our business. If you are wondering what the other 52 wealth principles are, you can go to alchemiststation.com, and right at the top, we have the 52 wealth principles, or you can go to 52 weeks to wealth or 52 wealth principles. We own all the freaking domains, and click on that link, and all the wealth principles are right there as well. We make it nice and easy for you. This book talks about 5 principles. I want to just double down on what Mike just said. The first is the law of value, which states your true worth is determined by how much more you give in value than you take in payment. The second is the law of compensation, which states your income is determined by how many people you serve and how well you serve them. The third is the law of influence. Your influence is determined by how abundantly you place other people's interests first. And the fourth is the law of authenticity. The most valuable gift you have is to offer yourself. The fifth is the law of receptivity. The key to effective giving is to stay open to receiving. Hands to the camera if many of you are givers. I forgot that last one. Put the hands up high. Get 2 hands up there. If you're a giver and you forgot to receive at some point in your life. Yes. Every one of you, I know you all so well. Every one of you is an over giver, an overachiever, an over deliverer, an over satisfier, right? All your spouses know, right? You're the person who provides the pleasure. So you're giving, it's okay to receive, right? If you're giving a lot of value to somebody, it's okay to receive some money back, or compliments, or however you receive value, or however your love language works. You got to set it up though. And if you don't set it up, nobody's going to set it up for you. With my business partners, I do set it up for them. I make sure that their delivery is getting paid, right? All my partners know exactly what I'm talking about. Sometimes they over deliver, over give. I'm like, well, let's cut you in on the deal here. Let's make sure that you're getting paid for what you're doing, because somebody has to, because I don't want my givers focused on the money. I want them focused on giving. I want them focused on what they do. But somebody has to set in place a position where they can receive as well. Hands to the camera if that makes sense, right? If you are suffering from not receiving in life, but you've been giving a lot, you might want to have a call with either me or one of the coaches to kind of set some structure in place to make sure that you're doing the things that you deserve. And if you're thinking about the mentorship and you haven't, you're not quite sure whether it's right for you, if you're a business owner or a real estate investor or a real estate agent, and you're not sure if it's right for you, have a conversation with either Derek or with Mark. Derek and Mark, can you just raise your hands so that everybody knows who you are? Awesome. I think Frank Montero and Julie Bradley would probably volunteer that as well. Is that fair to say? All right, throw those hands up there. So these are people who have been through the mentorship. They're close friends of ours, but they're people who have fought to stay in the mentorship. These are people who said, I'll do whatever it takes. I'll give extra value. I'll share my knowledge. I'll support people. I just want to stay in the mentorship. The mentorship, the jumpstart part is 8 weeks. And we've found a way to make sure that they can stay in it. Hence, Karen, if you're one of those people who fights for the things that you want in life, awesome. So if they're fighting for it, it must be extremely valuable. So have a conversation with them and ask them why. Ask them what it is about the mentorship that made them say, I want to be back in that again. I want to get back into that jump start. Let's give all of our mentorship students a round of applause. At this point, I'm going to open it up to everybody. You're going to get an invite from me on Zoom, or you're going to be allowed into the main room. I'm going to ask that you present us with questions, present us with challenges, give us something that is stopping you from making money. And if you're in the mentorship and you want to open up to questions, this is your chance now. For everybody who's on Facebook, who's on YouTube, on LinkedIn, TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, send us a like, share, subscribe, send this video to somebody, share it with somebody. Look, I like the likes. They're super valuable to me, means a lot, but there's nothing more valuable to me than a share. So if this video is adding value to you, find somebody to share it with, share it to your page. And that's great if you're an influencer. But if people aren't following you, then share this in a group. Share this in a group where a lot of people are following. Share this to a person individually who you know is going to benefit from it. Their business would benefit from it, their investment process. Your shares are far more valuable than anything else. Also, second thing that's very valuable, your comments. man, there's nothing like comments to drive up traffic on a post. So if you're seeing this on Facebook, you're seeing this on YouTube, you're seeing it on TikTok, go and comment something valuable. Comment the 5 laws that we just shared. Comment the book of the week that we just shared. Just don't drop links. None of the platforms like links. So share the post on platform. Don't share it to multiple platforms. Just share it to the platform that you're on. Hands to Cam for catching this. All reciprocity. I made an ask just now. Thank you so much in advance. Cheers to your success. We have a choice. Always work with the best. Stopping the recording. And we'll pick up the next coin. This is your chance for questions, Q&A. We're here with millionaires. We got Mitch Jorsky, Michael Shine, Melissa's millionaire. We got a bunch of millionaires on the call right now. I think I saw Mitch Durfee jump in for a little bit. So we're going to open it up to questions and answers. It could be stocks, crypto, business, investing, real estate. Your choice. First person to unmute the mic gets to go. And I'm going to invite everybody who's in the waiting room. You're going to get a button that comes up on the screen that says you've been promoted to panelist. So we'll open it up to everybody in the mentorship. What has been the biggest takeaway from this call, or what is a share you'd like to share while I'm bringing everybody else in the room? Your turn. Who wants to go? Question, comment, something that this principle inspired in your mind?
I just wanted to say that it's a testimonial basically. Sticking with you guys has been one of the most amazing experiences of my life. And I started a business because of this, and it's taking off because of all the advice that I get here and the help that I get here. And I'm just grateful, and I want everybody to know out there that if you keep going, you will do something fantastic, and you'll do stuff that you didn't even know you could do if you join us.
When? Let's give Jen Sullivan a round of applause. You're doing absolutely amazing. For anybody who doesn't know, Jen Sullivan runs Jen's Pen, which is our partner for ghostwriting. So if you know somebody who's looking to write a book and they don't want to spend the 6 to 8 months by themselves writing for 4 to 6 hours a day like I did in my first book, then they're going to want to have schedule a conversation with Jen so that they can get a book written with 30 minutes a week. Just like a lot of our Alchemist celebrity coaches are using Jen to write their books. It's all their knowledge, all their information, all their words. Just Jen makes the words sound better and puts it into chapters. She does all the typing, all the work. So let's give Jen Sullivan a round of applause. Absolutely amazing, crushing it. Built the business out of nowhere, but she had a passion, she had a purpose, and I was able to tie that into a demand that I saw in the marketplace. And she has taken that business from, we didn't know what we were doing in the beginning, no systems, to now she has over 8 people working for her. And I think we've had, our biggest month has been a $15,000 month, Jen. Is that $15,000 a month? Hands if you'd like a $15,000 month in your life from a new idea. Within a year, we started closing consistently between over $7,000 to $15,000 in a month. And now we're ratcheting up because the systems are there. People are starting to find out about us. The word is getting out. So awesome, Jen. You're doing amazing. What else? Who wants to share?
I will share. Hey, you guys. Good morning.
Good morning, Deborah. How are you?
I'm in Jersey. I am home in Jersey. My nephew turning 50. We're going to head over to Manhattan around 12 and get ready. But on that note, yesterday I had to get up and walk to go get coffee, but it's good because this is all my hood, all my life north. So as I was walking, there was a guy on the porch and I said, hey, you know anybody want to sell any property around here? Let me know, And guess what? He said, my landlord. I was like, no, for real, bro? He was like, yeah. I was like, well, call him. I said, if you get in touch with him, once I get back to Florida, first thing first, I would definitely send you a contract because I believe in knowing what you get and all that first, but I have to check out the property. So look how fast that is. So the guy going to say, hey, give me 600,000, bro. You just bought it last year for 350. So, let's talk, but I would definitely be reaching out to someone because I'm going to need some help with this one. So, and I got my guy in Florida that's looking at this rehab 9-4 in Pompano. So let's just see. I need to close the deal, but thanks to you guys. I love you guys so much. I believe in y'all. I always share y'all on my Facebook when I wake up on Saturday. So just talking and walking like, hey, like I'm already walking. It's nice out here. I'm back in Jersey, like hometown. Look at that deal already. And I'm gonna get the lady deal right here down the street because she said she was sweeping this morning. She said she's tired. So just wanted to share that really quick with you guys. So, and I'm bringing people to the summit. Okay, I'm bringing them. So thank you guys for everything.
Hell yeah. Let's give Deborah Felder a round of applause. And I've seen Deborah on alchemistnation.com. She's been in there. She's been dropping comments. She's been asking questions. She's been leveraging the website that we built to build millionaires. And it's just getting better. But Deborah's actually actively out there using it. And she's sharing our content, which means she's bringing more people in. You are a blessing to our community, Deborah. We are glad to have you. And the results you're getting are because your mindset is right. You got the right knowledge, and now you get the right belief system. You're going out there and taking the action. I owned my block. That was my goal. I had one house, but I used to walk that block every single day, 2 times a day, walking with my dog. I'd let the mailman know I was looking for property. I'd let every homeowner know I would buy their house. I walked into some houses. I'm like, hey, when you get ready to sell, I'll buy this. And I ended up buying 6 of those houses because I was the first person they spoke to. And they referred me other business just from walking my dog. If you got the mindset and you're talking about, like Deborah just shared, if you're talking about it, deals are coming to you. Awesome. What else? Shares. Go ahead, Sandra. And Peter, I saw you on mute. So right after Sandra, go ahead.
Well, Peter, you can go first and I'll go after.
Look at that. The opposite of ladies first. Go ahead, Peter.
Thank you, Sandra. So when I first joined the mentorship, I told Walter, I don't know anything about real estate really. And so as I learned, I just basically asked people, what can I do? What can I do to help you? And they would actually tell me what the next steps are so that I could help them. And eventually, I'm able to help out other people in the community. And so you ask the questions, you find out what they need help with, and they'll tell you what they need help with and actually tell you what you need to do in order to help them. So, and now I'm closing deals and, one thing I realized the other day was the most money I'd ever made in one day was $1,400 in F&I, finance and insurance. And so now if I divide the 10 grand by 6 days, that's actually a little bit better money than, pretty close to the best money I ever made. So that's pretty cool. And, that's already paid for Walter's mentorship and everything. And that's just one of the several deals I've done. So just ask people, what they need help with. And it really just, it is pretty cool and to go help people and legit feel good about it and learn just a shit ton and make money. It's pretty sweet. So, and you can do it. Walter said 3 to 5 years. So keep that in mind and bust your ass for 3 to 5 years so that you live like no one else, so that you can live like no one else, So anyways, that's my little piece. Thanks, Walter.
Let's give Peter Brown a round of applause. That is some valuable information. It takes 3 to 5 years to become a millionaire. Look, stop trying to do it tomorrow and just start building assets so that you can be in a position 3 years from now, 5 years now, to have the $1 million. You just got to start today with the right assets. That's what the 52 weeks of wealth is, right? Build 1 asset a week. And over a year, you're going to start having a pretty cool strategy in place. Like Peter said, you start doing that math and it's like, dude, I just made $10,000 or $14,000 in one day. Like I could, change the game, change my life this way. Who'd like to know what my biggest day was? My biggest income day, most money I ever made in a day, $1.5 million, biggest money I ever made in one day. Now, obviously it was one day, but it took me 3 months to build up to that deal. Even big deals that you can make 1.5 million in 3 months. Once your mindset is there, once the knowledge is there. And for me, I had the right mentors along the line. I was asking my mentor questions every other day as we got closer and closer to the deal, so he could make me feel more confident, more comfortable in what I was doing. And that's what we do in the mentorship. We make sure that you can get to the closing. Locking it down is only step 1. You gotta wake up every day and be like, I'm still gonna do this. I'm still gonna do this. I'm not gonna give up on myself. I'm not gonna let the deal go. And Christina, I see you. I see your hand up. So we're gonna do Sandra first, and then you'll go next. Go ahead, Sandra.
Okay. Well, I have a mini story, very quick. very brief. I remember when Walter was originally mentoring me and I was telling about something, how I wasn't getting what I want, and he just goes, it's because you're selfish. And I was so annoyed because my brother was telling me I was selfish, and my dad was telling me I'm selfish. And I'm like, shoot. And he challenged me because we were going to a Halloween party. He's like, go to the party and I want you to find out information about everybody else, but they're not allowed to know about you. And the point is that it's a give and a take, you know, law of reciprocity. It's great that you're taking, but you also must give. And well, that I guess is my big point. And I had something else, but essentially, the point is like you want to give so that you can receive. And if you feel like you're not receiving what you'd like to receive, you're probably being selfish. So go and give. And if you feel like you're giving too much, then maybe it's time for you to receive. So that is my 2 cents. And yeah, have a great week.
Let's give Sandra Scroy a round of applause. That is, for most people who talk too much, the most valuable advice you could ever receive. Talking is a form of receiving. Speaking is a form of you letting people know about you. We all, as human beings, have a desire for everybody to know what's going on inside our heads. Hands, camera, if you've ever experienced that before. Like, I want them to know how I feel right now, because I don't give a shit about what they're doing. They need to know how I freaking feel, or how awesome I am, or what I do, because my ego is saying I'm uncomfortable in this space. I want you to know that 100 millionaires, I deserve the attention. So when you have the opportunity to meet somebody new, start with a give. Deepest question that gets the most response is, hey, tell me something about you that nobody else knows. Or what are you looking to do this year? What's your goal this year? What's your biggest challenge? What are you taking on that, is maybe a little scary, that if it was easier, you would do it all day? What's the big thing stopping you from getting to your next level? Right? If you can ask those questions to somebody, you will be letting them receive. You'll be giving them the gift of listening. The whole world is not being listened to right now. So everybody's walking around with a desire to be heard. So if you can give that gift and be there to listen to them and receive some of their knowledge and receive some of their challenges, you're now in a position to maybe create a solution that could solve their problems. You're in a position to become valuable to them. And people pay for things that are valuable. Hence, Karen, if that's true, you've noticed that you've paid for things that were valuable. Awesome. Let's give Sandra Scroy a round of applause. Christina, you're up.
I just want to thank, because on one call, I think it was a month ago or so, I asked a question about selling one of my properties, and I wasn't sure. I was doubting myself a lot because I don't like to sell. But you guys, told me, why don't you calculate how much it's going to take you to get, this amount of money, or, whatever in the rents, and if you sell, how much you're going to gain. I sold it. Yes, it was good. It was like a bid war, best and highest, and it was good. Yeah. And that I used that money to free me of some debt that it was tinted my credit score. So my credit scores now are up and going, and that's gonna allow me to do more stuff. And I want to thank you. And I think my real estate agent just told me I think I won an offer.
Awesome.
He just texted
Awesome.
me.
So you're rolling the money, right?
Thank you. Oh my God.
Let's give Christina a big round of applause. Hey, it's one thing to come. We got some great information. It's a whole other thing to take action on it, right? Asking questions is great. We're going to deliver the right answers, the truth for your situation. But the people who go and take action end up with the results. And Christina is an action taker. She's got the results right in front of her. Within a month, she's made that money, and now she's buying another property. That is so awesome. So I want to open it up. I don't see any other hands. So Mitch Jaworski, if you could share your take on Wealth Principle 15, leveraging the law of reciprocity.
Can we just cue a song? You only get what you give. What was that? The New Radicals? I can't remember who it was. I feel like Mike's the only one who knows what I'm talking about. You only get what you give. Don't look. Anyway, I mean, it's true. That's what basically.
Got the music in you.
See, Sandra knows.
There you go.
I love
So, I mean, it's that simple. We don't need to make it complicated. It's just like, oh, how do you level this up? You don't. Like, that's literally what it is. It's like you basically get what you give. But the one thing I will say, and Walter knows I'm guilty of this, is that I'm actually someone that needs to remember to receive. I'll give, but I will turn down the reciprocity. It's just like, oh, what can I do for you? Well, I'm good. Oh, hey, I have this for you. Keep it. So just be open to receiving, because if you don't, at some point you feel like that little like energy meter, and then like you get completely depleted. So you need that reciprocity to keep the battery level up. Make sure you're charged. You can't just plug yourself in like a Tesla. You need to receive the reciprocity. Yeah. Also be sure that whatever it is that you do give, like put it out there into the world. So like, for instance, I do a free crypto call every Tuesday at 7:00, like teaching the basics of crypto. But sometimes I forget to talk about it. So I'm putting something out there that, I'm giving to the world, and not many people will receive it sometimes because I'm just not telling people. So I'll drop a link to that in the chat. You can find it on Alchemist Nation as well. Yeah, I like to give knowledge, which gives people power. And then we'll see how that returns, to me in the world. But either way, when you do something that you're passionate about, if that's your giving, then I think that's a really good place to be, where you don't have to feel like it's a job. You enjoy giving. So try and focus on things that you're passionate about in order to give.
That is some huge, powerful advice. Give Mitch Jaworski a round of applause. Find something you have a surplus in, and find somebody who lacks it and give your surplus away. So for me, me and Mitch are both content creators. We love blogging about things we know about. It's something we enjoy doing, but I would just kind of write all my notes in my journal and they stayed to myself. And it wasn't until I was asked to put my information out there, until I started realizing the value of putting it out there. And I also was just being lazy, and I wanted to put all my information in one place for me that was digital instead of in notebooks. And I started writing the blog, and people started receiving value from something I already had a surplus. I have a surplus of knowledge. I have a surplus of experience. I have a surplus of a lot of different things that I wasn't, systems and strategies that I wasn't putting out. Once I started shifting and supplying my surplus into a place that was missing it, the marketplace, I was able to start receiving attention. A lot of people who wanted, what I was delivering, and asking for more, asking for that next level. One of the challenges, like Mitch just presented us with something that he does, but for the longest time, Mitch didn't have a way of monetizing it. So me and Mike were like, dude, create a mastermind. Like, we'll pay, and we'll go to the mastermind. And for $10,000 for an entire year, every week, we get to evaluate whatever crypto we want to evaluate. Mitch will chart it right there. He'll evaluate, he'll share. We can let him know in advance. He'll look into the project for us, so we don't have to dive and spend all those hours. And by going every week, we may actually get access to tokens that we didn't know, because everybody else is thinking the same thing. Right now, there's 6 of us in there. And I didn't know about Luna, like didn't understand Luna until Mitch brought a guy in who, totally dove into Luna and explained the whole concept to us. So this mastermind has made me so much money in crypto for me not getting into projects, or for me getting into projects. And that concept of Mitch wasn't receiving before, I just told him the reason is because you haven't set up a way to receive, right? Like, people are trying to throw money at you, but there's no box, there's no swipe here. So this is actually a good principle, Mitch, for the law of reciprocity. For everybody who's listening, write down now, where do my clients swipe? right? Like when people are ready to like take something that I'm ready to give, where do they swipe? Where do they put the card? Like, is your business set up in a way where you don't have your processing taken care of? Right? If I came to you with $10,000, how would you take it from me? Like, how would you receive? Answer the camera if you're catching. There may be a flaw in the business. There may just be something broken where it's just not easy. Like the mentorship is very simple. Go to the link in the bio. The mentorship's the bottom link. You click on it. There's a process. You push the button, and you've now given me $2,000. I've sent you all the emails, I've sent you all the courses, and I've sent you the Zoom links for Monday night at 8 p.m. Process built to receive when people are ready to give. And scan if that makes sense. So you do need some sort of receptacle for receiving. So you can be receiving when you're delivering on a massive level. Have these steps in your business. Go ahead, Julie.
I just have to put it out there because one of the coaching programs, I don't know if it still exists, that I went through was Mitch's real estate program. And that's, leveled on top of your mentorship is what built my confidence. And literally, I started throwing in offers from going through those two programs. So, Mitch, I don't know what you did with it, but it was an awesome program. Can help a lot of people.
Crypto took over my life. You gotta focus on one thing. So since Walter's pretty damn good at real estate, I figured that crypto would be the smart play. So
the law of reciprocity, that kind of brings up a good point. Hyper focus is Wealth Principle 47. And that's what Mitch has been hammering on right now in his life is, real estate and crypto. He's crushing it on crypto. Absolutely insane how much he makes because of how much knowledge he has. And real estate, he's got a partner to do real estate. So he doesn't need to put all his focus over there. So he said, I'm just going to focus on crypto. And he saw the demand in the market. But yeah, what Julie's talking about is Mitch has a course called Security Cat Guide to Real Estate Investing. And he walks you through how to evaluate deals. He's got his rental property calculator on his website where you can actually evaluate deals right there. And boom, he shows you how to use it. And then you have a calculator that you can use and leverage to evaluate deals so you have the confidence to know if it's good to close on. And Scam, if you recognize that's a free value add that he gives. He gives that calculator away, free gift. And that calculator starts a conversation. If they have questions on it, what works. And then I think his course was $1,500 or $2,500. He would evaluate your deals and go through the year evaluating deals for you to make sure that you were okay. I think it came with a weekly call. He'd evaluate other people's deals. So it may come back, Julie. I like that idea. Mitch's course is a very valuable course.
The reality is, what? It's actually a lot easier to teach people real estate than it is cryptocurrency. and more lucrative, ironically. So it's pretty funny, but I don't mind working a little bit harder for a little less if it introduces people to a new industry that I think is going to be very large in the next 10, 20 years. So for those that don't know anything about crypto, jump on the free call Tuesday. I'll get you the basics so you don't feel like a complete crypto noob anymore. And then there'll be another workshop coming. I know some people have been asking for it. I do a 2-hour workshop every couple months where we take you from, crypto zero to crypto hero, where you can at least be an investor. You don't have to go, down all this development, programming, craziness stuff. You just need to learn how to be an investor, just like you would with stocks and you do with real estate. So we'll keep you guys, informed and able to make smart decisions because crypto can be dangerous if you don't know what's going on.
100%. One more thing, Mitch. A guy messaged me today about NFTs. He was like, I got this NFT project. I think it's going to be really valuable. He also did start with, I know you get a ton of messages about people with projects and questions for real estate or crypto. This isn't one of those. I just want to pitch it to you. When can we set up a call? And I was like, oh, Mitch has a crypto call on Tuesdays. Here's the link. Go to that crypto call and mention to Mitch that you'd like to pitch this NFT. And then here's the part where Mitch, you may not be happy about. I did tell him that if he says Walter sent me to ask you about this project, you might invite him into the mastermind for one free session to pitch his project to the whole mastermind. Sorry in advance. So thank you.
You never know, maybe an opportunity.
That's what I was thinking. I just want to run it by everybody in the mastermind before I go and have a conversation with somebody. I trust you and I trust our group a lot more. So awesome, brother. Let's give Mitch Shorsky a round of applause. He is my authority when it comes to cryptocurrency. I am blessed and thankful to be in the projects that he's put us in. If there are no other questions, I see Julie, your hand up. Yep.
One more for you, Walter. I think the best post you ever put up, I just came across. It said, you were basically telling people why they would need coaching. And, it's if you have big goals and you need that accountability, but if you don't think you need it, then figure it out on your own. That was brilliant. You need to just keep running that over and over until people get it. Thank you.
Let's give Julie Bradley a round of applause. It's 100% true. I said that at the 100 Millionaire Summit. Unfortunately, it was recorded. Thank God, because coaching is designed to move fast. That's all coaching is for. If you know where you're going and you know what you want to accomplish, but you haven't seemed to motivate yourself, you haven't, it keeps getting, stuff in the way. Your knowledge isn't going to get you rich. It's what you do that gets you rich. The coach is designed to get you to do the things. Like every football player knows how to run across a freaking field, right? Why do they hire a coach? It's to tell them to run across the field again, to watch what they're doing, to say, hey, do this a little better. You're going to end up twisting your ankle if you run like that, right? Like this is how you run properly, fast, and protect yourself. It's the same in real estate. It's the same in business. You hire coaches so that they can keep an eye on how you're moving so that you can move faster. They're not there to make you feel good, right? If you already know what you're doing, if you're already a champion, you're crushing and you know you're on the right path, you know your technique is perfect, you don't need a freaking coach. Just do it. Just show up at the finish line, right? But if you're having a hard time getting to the finish line, or you're not getting there fast enough because it's speed to action, right? Making $1 million over 40 years just makes you an average. It actually makes you middle poor. 20 years would be average. The idea is make $1 million in 3 to 5 years. Well, that might take a little more speed, and that's where a coach comes in. Julie Bradley, just absolutely amazing. Thank you for that reminder. That is so huge. Thank you. Mark, go ahead.
Yes, I have a question.
And then Mike Shine.
What's the event I can go to get the CRM for free for 30 days?
So actually, Mark, yes, I have no idea. What is the link that somebody can go to get the CRM for free for 30 days, the first 30 days?
Get the Money event, right?
Get the Money.
Alchemist
that is the 26th, May 26th. Everybody who is at Get the Money, which we're going to teach you how to raise private capital. We're going to teach you different unique strategies to find the money for your deals. I'm going to bring Frank Montero in from Alchemist Financial. He's going to talk about some of the different products that I didn't even know were available, whether you're a business owner, whether you're a real estate investor, or you're looking for different loan products. We actually have the inside scoop from Frank, because he's been talking to all the underwriters, all the lenders. Hands to the camera, that's extremely valuable information that nobody else is delivering right now in this marketplace. So we're going to be able to deliver that to you. Get the Money is $97. Tell me you don't like that I wear V-necks. Tell me you don't like my jade. Tell me you don't like my beads or my bald hair. But don't tell me you don't got $97 and 4 hours to learn how to get all the money to do all the deals. Hands to the camera if you know you're going to be at Get the Money this month. Oh, yeah. Link is in the bio. Mark teaches people how to make money using other people's time and resources. He runs our Alchemist affiliate program, and he's also my business partner in Alchemist Leads, our CRM that's coming out. So let's give Mark a big round of applause. He's been busting his butt. He said it to me today. He's like, I've worked harder these last 3 months than I've ever worked in my entire life putting this thing together. And he said the last 3 weeks, I've worked harder than I've worked in these last 3 months. Because of how much goes into a CRM of this level and the quality that we want to provide and everything that we're doing. So thank you so much, brother. You are absolutely a huge value, a huge gift to the community. Awesome. So yes, be at Get the Money and be part of our beta test. So you're going to get 30 days of Alchemist Leads for free. Everybody who signs up for Get the Money, we're going to launch it that day, and we're going to give you access so that you can start. You can use the Alchemist Leads for raising capital, building relationships, raising capital, and you can also use it for tracking deals and tracking leads and clients into your business. We haven't released this yet, but there's also a feature in there. Forget landing pages. We have the landing pages that tie into surveys so you can learn about your clients right from the landing page, that tie into free, gifts that then tie into your CRM with the follow-up automated. It's all built into the CRM, and any business that isn't a real estate business, we'll build out for you the automations. Do you know why? Because we'll then sell it to somebody else in the same business. So we'll be building out and constantly improving the CRM thanks to your ideas, your strategies, whatever your goals are. Because whatever your goals are, I guarantee you somebody else has the same goal. And I want to do this for people all over the country, all over the world, keep giving better systems. So your challenges will provide the solutions, will also become solutions for other people. So I'm thankful to everybody who's going to be at Get the Money, allowing me to teach you how to eliminate money as a concern and have all the money you need. And then we're going to show you our little strategy for how to find all the deals, infinite deals, using Alchemist leads. Michael Shine, I saw your hand up, brother. I was going to call on you anyway, because you're the last of the coaches.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Usually if you didn't call, I would just let it go. But this Go Giver, oh my God, it's such a, this wealth principle is so inspiring to me. So first of all, I just wanted to quote Zig Ziglar. His quote is, "You will get all you want in life if you help enough other people get what they want." And it hits me right in the gut every time I read that one. The second thing I wanted to say is that the little secret about giving is that it actually feels better for the person giving than the person receiving. Like when you go out there and you help somebody, it's just an amazing, amazing feeling. I just love that. And when I started with Walter, I just went to go learn about real estate. He said, "Come to this thing in Fall River on Saturday mornings and you learn about real estate." And I really didn't know about investing. I knew about being a closing attorney, but I didn't know about investing. But we would be sitting in the room and people would ask questions. And I'm like, well, I don't have the qualifications to answer this, but I did just happen to read this book. And so even from the earliest days, my way of giving was just to mention a book like The One Thing or The Millionaire Real Estate Investor, or I don't know if we read The Go Giver, but it was always just a way for me to give, and it made me feel really good. And can I tell you that from giving, what I have gotten out of this community, it's almost a steal for me. I've gotten, I read more than 52 books a week. I have like 6 partners, 4 of which I've gotten from this group. I've got great friendships with Mitch and Walter and a whole bunch of other people. My net worth has just gone way, way up. And it's just a total blessing to me to just, and all I was doing was giving because it felt good to give. And all this has just come back to me like a waterfall of just getting, and I never expected it, and I'm totally blessed. So that's what I get, and you can get it too. Just show up here. Thank you.
Awesome. Let's give Michael Shine a round of applause. Mike was in the room at Fall River, Massachusetts. It used to be my main office, and we had it dark in there. We were still renovating the unit, and Mike would show up. He'd drive 45 minutes from Rhode Island over to Massachusetts every single Saturday to be there to learn. We used to call it the wholesaling mastermind, the real estate mastermind, to be there to learn about real estate strategies and techniques and tips. And he did this for over a year while we were in that location before COVID turned us online. And Mike, for every single time that he was there, was probably one of the wealthiest people in the room, but he would sit there like everybody else, just learning, just educating, adding value. He'd say, yeah, this book is one I just read. In fact, The Go Giver is a book you read, Mike, because it was sitting in my office for the longest time, because you actually brought it in to give it to me to read.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So it was one of the books that we'd read back then. And so for everybody who doesn't know, Mike actually helped me after I'd written out all 52 wealth principles. Mike helped me assign the books to each one of the principles. That's why we call him the keeper of the books, right? He's the holistic attorney, but he's also the person who said, I've read this book, I've read this book, this has a lot of value in there. Now I fought for some books, because I've read over 400 of them. But Mike's quickly catching up to me, after the 52 weeks, and he and I go back and forth every week evaluating different books and sharing with each other. But it's been a really amazing process. The more we give, the more we receive. We don't give to receive, right? But the more we give, we do receive, especially when you start giving intentionally. I think that's what the law of reciprocity was really all about for millionaires, people who are becoming millionaires, is start giving intentionally. You can give to everybody, right? You can just give the way you've been giving. Like, don't change that. If you're a giver, keep giving. But if you want to level up your wealth, start giving intentionally. Start giving to people who have the capacity and the potential desire to give back. You don't have to just cut everybody off. What I'm saying is just to add a few people who you could give to that would be in a position to give back. Give to people that you have an opportunity where they would ask you, if they asked you, hey, what would you like? And you said, oh, I would like some money. They'd be like, okay, here you go. Does that make sense? So just add a few people into your life who you could give something to that have money that they could give you, right? Like, keep helping poor people. I'm with it. Keep helping people who don't appreciate you. That's perfectly fine. Do whatever you got to do in life. If it makes you feel good, do it, right? If you feel fulfillment, help everybody. That's why we built Alchemist Nation. I charge for nothing for Alchemist Nation. And yet there are 35 free courses out there. There are dozens of free articles, free blogs, free training programs that are put out there every single month so that free people, cheap people who don't have the money can get the information, right? I'm still serving in a big way. All my social media channels put out 50 pieces of content per day on over 17 different channels so that people can receive value and get some knowledge if they don't have the money. Does that make sense? Like, I'm serving in a big way to the world. I'm not saying don't serve people who can't pay for your stuff, but intentionally seek out a few people who have the money to support your dreams. Seek out a few people who have the wherewithal, the connections, or the leverage, the skills, or the assets, or the dollars that you're looking for, or the knowledge that you're looking for, so that you can level up in life. We've created the mentorship as a way to say, here's relationships that can level you up, right? Mike said, all his partners came from the mentorship. We've created knowledge that can level you up. And then we've got all the money that can level you up. We've got the skills, and we've got the people who have money, who are looking to invest in deals that can get you to the next level. So that's where the mentorship was designed, based on your questions, based on your challenges, based on the things that you're facing right now. Because guess what? We all face them. Every one of the millionaires has faced it and tackled it. And now we're able to provide a surplus, because just like you, I bet our 100 millionaires, right? 100 millionaires aspire to build 100 millionaires. Yes, if that's you. Oh, I see the shirt, Frank. Hell yeah. All right. A bunch of us got the shirts. When you've gotten yours, when you figured it out, the money game, when you figured it out, you will not just stop at enough. You're going to keep going until there's a surplus of knowledge, skills, relationships, money, so that you can start overflowing it over to other people. That's how all of this works, right? We're going to keep going so that we have a surplus so that we can give to others, so that they can build their businesses, so that they can build their dreams, they can build their empires, they can unfurl their souls. It's an ongoing mission. And each one of you is really important. Each one of you is key. So stay motivated. Come every Saturday. And I don't say come Saturday just because I like seeing your faces. I do. And I do a lot. I love seeing the energy that we have in this community. I love seeing the numbers tick up, more and more people coming every week. But what coming back every week does is it reminds you that this is possible. It reminds you that you are the person who has what it takes to get to that next level. None of us would go a week without showering. Don't go a week without motivation. Don't go a week without a principle in place that's going to instill more income into your business. Every week, we're going to give you a principle. Every week, we're going to give you the strategy of using that principle. Leverage it properly so that every week you're leveling up. Don't let a week go by without building an asset in your business, right? Show up every Saturday. For people in the mentorship, you know what time to show up. For everybody else, Saturday, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, be here. You know where to find the link. Links in the bio. And if we gave you a ton of value today, you got something from this, share it with somebody else. Drop a comment, share your biggest win, your biggest takeaway, and drop a comment so that people can see and interact and engage. We'll rank up also. There's a good reason for that. And then share it with somebody. Share it in a group with a ton of attention. I see Sandra's hand. Go ahead, Sandra.
Okay, it's really quick. So in very simple words, my dad used to say.
You could tell we're setting up to jump off. So.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but my dad used to say it to me all the time. And I think this is what changed my life and why I built a relationship with you from the start. Because my dad used to say, if you want to be a champion, you got to practice like a champion. That's it.
Mic drop. Let's give Sandra Score a round of applause. You want to be a champion? Practice with champions. Reminds me of my favorite book. Practice like a champion. Practice like a champion.
Yeah.
One of my favorite quotes from one of my favorite books, The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles, is focus on the best, surround yourself with the best, and you will become the best. It is inevitable. If you focus on the best, surround yourself with the best, you'll become the best. All right, and I end every call. You know what I end the calls with. Before we end it, Mike Shine, go ahead, brother.
In the spirit of reciprocity, let's give Walter Amarello a huge round of applause for once again giving. You know, he puts himself out every single week, and yeah, it's amazing. I love it. So here you go.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you for showing up every Saturday. We are here to make the world a better place, to make a lot more money and spread abundance across our universe. Cheers to your success. We have a choice.
Always work with the best.
Always work the best.
Again.
Hasta luego. Ciao.
There you go. Ciao.
Ciao.
Bye, everybody.
See you guys next week. Wealth
Have a great
Principle
week.
15.
Great week.
Law of Reciprocity. Wealth Principle 16 next week is going to be develop a fixity of your purpose. And that is what we're doing here at Mission to Millions right now. We're defining our purpose. And next week, we're going to talk about developing a fixity of your purpose so that nothing can take you off track. You'll know what to say no to, and you'll know what to say yes to. Say yes to you and say no to anything that would take you away from your mission, your vision, your purpose. And for all of my team who is on the call right now, thank you so much, you guys, Diana, Felly. I appreciate you. For Jem, who's going to be cutting this video up later. Thank you very much. You do an amazing job. Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend.
You too.
Bye,
Thanks,
everybody.
Deborah.
FOMO.
Hey, Mike.